Okay, guys, a couple things before the bell rings. Now, I'm sure I need to remind you that next week is the last week of school. Okay, but we still have a couple important things to cover. Next Tuesday, we're going to be showing the videos on puberty in health class. Remember to have your parents sign your permission slips. Extra copies if you need them. And if they have any questions, I'm happy to talk to them.
We would like to welcome you to the world of growth and changes in the young life of a pre-adolescent child. We understand that you might be a little nervous, and we hope that by the end of this presentation, your mind will be set to ease. The mere fact that you've chosen to access this presentation speaks volumes about your intentional investment in the education of your child. FCPS is delighted to partner with you in these efforts. First, it is important to realize the mission of quality FCPS health education. We equip students with strategies to cope with changes that will impact individual wellness. Students will examine and evaluate information and use this knowledge to transform unhealthy habits into healthy ones. Students will be active participants in the decision-making process to achieve optimum wellness as they become responsible members of society. It is a priority that all students learn in a safe and supportive learning environment. The Family Life Education program is delivered by a certified teacher that has been trained in family life education. In a majority of our elementary schools, this task is often assigned to a member of the Grade 5 instructional team. The unit is typically taught later in the school year when our teachers have established a strong, positive rapport with the members of the class. Our staff develops relationships with students in order to create an inclusive community that inspires all students to live a healthy lifestyle in accordance with the Maryland state mandate. FCPS has developed a comprehensive, age and developmentally appropriate kindergarten through grade 12 program. Again, the puberty education portion of the Family Life unit is introduced to FCPS students in the 5th grade. Like all other facets of the elementary health education experience, Family Life curriculum will provide age-appropriate instruction to help students acquire positive self-esteem and develop coping strategies for peer pressure, as well as the stresses of modern living. The Family Life curriculum will assist students in the development of protective factors as well as the respect of strong and healthy relationships with self-confidence. A significant part of the 5th grade Family Life unit is about puberty and growing up. A majority of class discussions center around all of the changes your child can expect, including physical, social, and emotional changes. So this content that is presented to your child at school is not intended just to stay at school. On the contrary, teachers encourage students to talk to their parents about the material at home, and likewise, parents are encouraged to speak with their children about school lessons at home. The 5th grade Family Life unit is the only elementary health education unit of instruction that may be opted out. As such, your child's teacher will provide you with a link to an online permission form or a paper form that can be sent home upon request. This form is an exclusionary form which implies passive consent. That is, if parents do not return the form, it is implied that the parent has granted permission for their child to be provided family life and puberty education instruction. Currently, classes are separated by gender. Both boys and girls instructional sessions consist of multiple instructional blocks of about 30 to 45-minute sessions. This may vary, however, from school to school, but it is a general practice for how instruction will be delivered. After defining puberty, the students learn about the emotional, social, and physical changes to expect during puberty. Each gender watches the appropriate gender version of the always changing video. Additionally, each gender watches the co-ed version of the always changing video. Time is spent discussing the importance of good personal hygiene. Boys learn about the male reproductive system and its role in creating new life. Girls learn about the female reproductive system and its role in creating new life. Furthermore, girls learn about the personal hygiene products that are available, which may help with decisions for personal hygiene during their menstrual period. So now your mind is completely put at ease, or you may be somewhat even more inquisitive about how this sometimes sensitive material is shared with our students. We recognize that parents may have a lot of questions about this unit of instruction. We'd like to take a moment to share our top 10 list of most frequently asked questions that teachers receive each year. Here we are, number 10.
How will class be taught in the hybrid model?
Under the hybrid model of instruction, as with all other health education units, students will be taught concurrently. Specifically, two audiences will receive the same instruction during the same period of time, whether they be in person or learning remotely off school campus. All lessons that are delivered virtually will be done so through live, synchronous instruction and communication with students. This form of instruction will be provided to all students whose parents have granted permission. While we realize that FCPS cannot control the viewing audience online, every precaution will be taken to inform families that sensitive content will be delivered during the lesson and may not be suitable for younger audiences. Number 9.
Hi there. As a parent of a 5th grader, do I have the option of excusing my child from the Family Life and Puberty Education Unit?
Yes. The parents or legal guardian of a grade 5 student may complete a form which will excuse the student from receiving instruction. It is important to know that even if a student is exempted from Family Life and Puberty Education, the school is still required to offer information on the menstrual cycle, as mandated by state policy. Parents can also refuse this literature, but the school is still required to offer this material. Parents can also access these materials online before deciding whether to share the information with their child. Number 8.
Before I consider returning a permission slip, can I request a preview of the actual lesson plans and materials that will be used in this unit?
Yes, of course. Parents or guardians who wish to preview the actual lesson plans can certainly request to do so. Parents or guardians can contact their child's teacher to arrange for an in-person opportunity to preview the lesson material at school, or even walk you through the information online during a one-on-one Google Meet. During traditional school operations, individual schools may arrange for a parent preview night for parents to come in and review the actual material. Please contact your child's school to see if any such events will be scheduled. Number 7.
I've heard there are videos associated with the 5th grade Family Life unit. Can I preview these videos prior to granting my permission for my child to receive instruction?
Yes. The Always Changing program is a free online program for educators that is sponsored by Procter & Gamble. The program has been vetted by the FCPS Family Life Advisory Council and has been approved for implementation by the FCPS Board of Education. A parent preview resource is available online. You may view the videos at your convenience. Number 6.
Will my child have homework on the subject?
Students are given growth and changes information each day and are encouraged to share what they are learning with their parents. For those who wish to take part in instruction, we hand out a puberty booklet. Teachers suggest that students review this material at home with their parents. As parents, you are encouraged to ask your student each day what we talked about based on the schedule they were given. Number 5.
Will my child have the opportunity to ask questions while instruction is taking place? please?
Yes, most certainly. Teachers are encouraged to use a questions box. This is a proven instructional strategy. The questions box not only offers each student the opportunity to ask questions, but also makes every effort to maintain confidentiality among participants so that students feel more comfortable with sharing their curiosities. Teachers are trained to respond to questions that are directly related to the student learning outcomes of the daily lesson. Questions that fall outside of this scope are redirected back to participants with the encouragement to ask said questions to their parents, since the parents only granted permission for specific concepts and topics. Number 4.
So who's going to teach my kids this stuff?
Ultimately, the person who is selected is determined by the principal in each school building. Oftentimes, it is a grade 5 classroom teacher. Sometimes, it may be your child's PE teacher. It cannot be a substitute teacher, college intern, or a teacher that has not been trained or certified. What is most important is that the teacher selected has been trained and has already had sufficient time during the school year to establish a relationship of confidence and trust. Number 3.
Well, it's a subject I'm uncomfortable with. Do you have any materials that I can use at home to talk to my student?
You can go to our website, which is printed here on the screen, and download a copy of the Grade 5 Family Life Education Parent Guide. This guide gives you lesson objectives, lesson summaries, and much of the key vocabulary that is provided to the students during instruction. There is even a section called Conversation Starters, which includes several topics of scripted information that is aligned with the instructional content of the unit. Number 2.
So I previewed the materials, and I have some questions, and maybe a few concerns too. Who can I talk to?
If you have any questions or concerns, you are encouraged to contact your child's teacher or school administrator. Those individuals are best equipped to address those items. If you feel that your child is in need of alternative instructional support, both the teacher and the principal can help you work through those arrangements. Number 1.
Do you talk about sex?
We discussed the reproductive system. What is not discussed is the act of reproduction. We do not talk about sexual intercourse. If the subject comes up from a questioning student, the answer in 5th grade is to ask a parent, but to let curious minds know that this topic will be covered in our middle school curriculum. Again, we separate the classes in 5th grade to discuss the parts of the male and female reproductive system with same-gender peers. Each will learn about the body parts of the other gender, but opportunities to discuss the act of reproduction will not occur until middle school. We encourage parents to maintain open communication with children. Studies show that the more frequently parents talk with their children, the less uncomfortable it is for everyone. The conversation starters from our parent guide that you've heard about may be a help. Well, there you have it. We hope that this presentation has answered your questions and put your mind at ease. As previously mentioned, you're encouraged to visit our public website for elementary health and physical education. This website is shown here on your screen, and once again, you are encouraged to visit the page. You will be provided access to additional resources, videos, and parent guides. FCPS boasts a proud history for providing students with quality health education learning experiences. We are grateful for your partnership in supporting our instructional program. We thank you for taking the time to watch this presentation and wish you the most positive and successful school year.